So the next thing we're gonna do is add two different slicer types. So slicer is gonna be this little funnel thing with the spreadsheet behind it. We're gonna click that there. Let's zoom back in. And we're gonna have three different ones in total. So I'm gonna have this first one right into that top left quadrant. I'm gonna Command C to copy it and Command V to paste. Put that right next to that one. And we can do another one just over here, and we'll stretch this last one out to be flush with that other one. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna zoom back out. Okay, so now we have three slicer templates. So for this first one here, I want this to be the state. So I'm gonna click state for this one, and it shows up. It's actually multiple boxes that we can check, but because our canvas is small for this area, we can't see everything. So we need to go into this format your visual area, click that, and we're gonna go and adjust the slicer settings. So for slicer settings, we're gonna click that drop down. We're gonna change the style from vertical list to drop down. And so you'll see that that changes. And then oh, it disappeared because we clicked off of it. So we're going to change selection from multi-select with control or command plus click. We want to be able to have users just click through it without knowing that they need to hold down command or control simultaneously. So we're going to turn that off. And then we're also going to turn on show select all. So we're going to do the same thing for the next slicer that's next to it. So once we click that, we have to do city. I want that as a city drop down. So I'm going to click from style drop down. Same thing, turn off multi-select with command or control, and then turn on select all. So now we have our state and our city. So let's go and test those out. So whenever we check multiple ones, we see all of that data here on the right changes. So that's working perfectly for state. And the same thing, we can just go and select cities individually if we want it, or we could do we can start off with the state, select that state, and then it'll show which cities appear in that state. So there's only one in Delaware, so only one is going to show up. So I'll just unselect that there. Okay, so perfect. Again, we're going to come through and clean these up a little bit later. So for this last slicer, we want to just have another area to filter between public and private schools. So for this one, similar thing, we're going to go to this format your visual area. We're going to click type. So again, it shows up as the vertical list. So we need to do slicer settings. And for this particular one, we're gonna do tile. So I'm gonna do tile, and then it has two buttons there. So that's all I really want to do for that one. Click through private or public, and we know that they're different because the colors in the legend align with this stacked column chart that we have on the right there. So awesome. So our slicers and our filters are working. We'll come back and clean them up in just a bit.